the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Are you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an enemy, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
Hi, my name is Sister Ebony Stevenson. I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the Toma Nation's weekly Sunday worship service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street here in Chicago, Illinois, and also live on Facebook. If you would like more information, you can reach us at www.facebook.com/TomaNation2 or give us a call at 773-952-8302. Now I am going to recite our opening. In the name of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and the one who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aten, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Odumare, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all these names refer to the same one, Almighty Spirit, and it is to that essence which I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the Lost 13 tribe, born in North America and are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the earth flows through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now I am going to recite the 13 points of what we believe and know. Number 1. We believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Number 2. We believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Number 3. We believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic Holy Books were all black. Number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a black man. Number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Number 6, we believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator, regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens, earth, and the universe as supreme. Number 7, we believe and know that it is impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a denial objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are AIDS, birth control, alcohol and drug abuse, vaccinations, gang and domestic violence, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the black communities of America and the world. Number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the black community of weapons, break up the black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young black males under the undercover code name April 2029. And number 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. Our purpose: to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe, under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Raheem Quasad Oxen, to provide solutions to the social and economic ills that plague the communities of urban America. Our goal: to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors, because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. Our mission: to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and/or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. Our motto: let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Now we're going to recite our salute to the red, black, and green flag. Everyone put your right fist in the air and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it. In time to come, red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it, this flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 million's back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it, oh flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and pole of it, pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving me this great flag of mine. Please keep your right fist raised high in the air as we sing our Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Black power, black power, black power. Black power is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people.
Thanks, Will. I'm sorry, I've been talking all this time and I just realized that my mic was off. I apologize. I'm going to have to go back to the beginning.
That's what I was saying. We're seeing a mute here.
Yes. So the title of my lecture today is The Hidden Way We Carry Stress in the Black Community. I'm your lecturer for today's Stevenson, and I was actually talking about the physical impacts of stress. And this is going to be my lecture title for today and Wednesday as we observe Stress Awareness Month. And so some of the physical symptoms of stress, as I was saying, is muscle tension, which can be, pain, tension in your neck, your shoulders, or your back. Stress can trigger headaches and migraines. Excuse me. Some people, when they're stressed, they'll clench their jaws or grind their teeth, and it's an unconscious response. Cardiovascular, rapid heart rate. Some people will say like they feeling heart palpitations. Stress can increase your blood pressure. And this is something to note because many people in our community have high blood pressure. And it's not just from diet. You can get high blood pressure from being stressed out. It's very real and it's something that you need to pay attention to. Chest pain or tightness. In some cases, stress can cause chest pain or a feeling of heaviness in the chest. Shortness of breath. When some people get stressed out or like they get really angry, they'll be like, they have to take a pause because they get shortness of breath and feel like they can't breathe, or they get dizzy or lightheaded. Stress can cause upset stomach, loss of appetite or changes in eating habits. It can cause sweating. Some people, when they're stressed, they sweat a lot. It can cause skin problems such as acne or eczema. And it can also cause changes in libido or menstrual cycle. Did you know that stress can affect your libido or menstrual cycle? See, these are things that we should know about, but we don't talk about in our community. And it affects so many of us. And then this was the one that I found very interesting out of all of the other ones that I mentioned. Do you know that stress can cause a weakened immune system? That stress can literally break down your immune system and make you more susceptible to infections? Now think about that. Think about all the viruses and things are going on out here in these streets right now. We got respiratory illnesses, we got foodborne illnesses, and think about it if you're walking around in a state of stress all day long, and it's constantly breaking down your immune system, weakening your immune system, and then you're exposed, you're in a room with somebody who has a respiratory infection. It's gonna make you more liable to get that infection because your immune system, the shield of your body, can't off those symptoms. Now, something else that we should know about is when we talk about increased cortisol levels. Stress can increase the cortisol in your body. And when you have increased cortisol, you can gain weight. It can cause insomnia and mood swings. It can also cause hair loss, fatigue, and autoimmune issues. Lupus is an autoimmune issue. Anxiety, depression, panic attacks. How many of us suffer from anxiety? How many of us suffer from depression and panic attacks? How much of this is caused by stress? When we talk about mental health manifestations of stress, we got to have these conversations because so many of us are experiencing them because there's this stigma related to mental health that we don't talk about the things that are going on. And so, there's this thing that we have in our community where it's like, like the strong Black woman, right? Or, like the Black male who can overcome anything. Like we have these, I'm trying to think of a proper name for it. Like we have these things that are cultural in our community, but they're detrimental to us because we're all human beings. We all bleed. We all feel pain. We all experience anger and sadness. And given that being us Black people here in urban America, here in America, being Black in America is stressful within itself. And so when we talk about the impacts of stress on us, looking at police killings, think about this. You're sitting in your house, minding your business. You're relaxing, drinking some tea, and then all of a sudden you hear pow, 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 pow. Is that stressful? That you all of a sudden hear gunshots? Is hearing gunshots on the regular stressful? When you hear those mini missiles shooting past your window, shooting past your car, is that stressful? I think it is. But do we ever talk about that stress? No. We just push it down, push our emotions down, and go on to the next, and go on to the next. And even think about relationships. Now, this might hit home for some of you. Some of you are waking up every day next to somebody who you can't stand. And they are stressing the heck out of you. And instead of addressing the issues that you have, you're going to the next day, going to the next day, going to the next day. While your heart rate is up, your blood pressure is up, you're getting sick and you don't know why. Stress can literally kill you. And we got to be real about when we talk about these health issues in our community. And so I'm going to go on. Now, something that we talk about here and that you've heard us mention before is, as Black people, we're on the economic bottom in this country. And when we talk about Black people and poverty, do you think that being poor is stressful? Do you think that being poor can be stressful? Have you or someone you love ever had to choose between paying a bill and buying food? I know plenty of people like that. I have people in my family have experienced that. Is that stressful? Deciding whether or not you're gonna fill up your car or buy a bus card or buy food? Is that stressful? Let me throw this statistic at you. In 2023, the poverty rate for Black families in the United States was 17.9%, while for white families, it was 7.7%. That means that Black families were over twice as likely to live in poverty than white families. Do you think that's an accident? Or do you think that's by design? Exactly. Someone said by design. And when you think about stress related to poverty, how might poverty affect someone's ability to focus, to plan, or hope for the future? How many times have we been in meetings with young people or with other folks, and they don't have no hope? They don't think anything's ever going to change. They're living under stressful situations. We're living in war zones with this tsunami of guns in our community in inner cities across America. Do you think that that has an impact on our bodies? That has an impact on our mind? And poverty isn't just a financial condition, it's a full body experiences. Poverty can alter your brain chemistry, it can suppress hope, and it forces your nervous system into survival mode day after day after day after day. So if I just said that stress can weaken your immune system, and we're living in literal war zones here in America, right? And can you imagine what the inside of your body can look like from being in a constant state of stress every single day? It never goes away. It never goes away. You wake up, you stress. You take a nap, you stress. You go to bed, stress. And how that breaks down our bodies. That's real. And that's a conversation that we need to have, not just as individuals, but also as families and as communities. Now, we know, as I said, that poverty isn't just something that happened overnight. Black Americans are impacted by poverty due to historic and systemic inequities. Generational wealth stolen or never accumulated due to slavery, redlining, job discrimination, unequal educational access, the prison industrial system. 1 in 5 Black children live in poverty, twice the rate of white children. Now think about that. We're still, 13%, a little over 13% of the population of this country. But why are Black children 2 times more likely than white children to go hungry? And when I say Black children, I'm talking about our kids, our babies, your neighbor's children, your family's children, 2 times more likely to go hungry from living in the United States simply because of the color of their skin. Make that make sense? When we continue to talk about poverty in Black communities, do you know that this is something that we talked a lot about in Temple as far as being on the economic bottom and what getting off the economic bottom looks like as far as pulling our resources. But if you're watching this live and you would like more information about this lecture or previous lectures, always feel free to shoot us a text at 773-846-3091. And I know that I am not going to complete my lecture today, but if you would like to see a part 2 of this lecture live on Wednesday, shoot us a comment. Now, Black households are more likely to be rent burdened, live in food deserts, or experience housing instability. We know this. Now, think about it. How many people do you know have unpaid bills? Fear an eviction. Trying to keep their lights on. Don't have no heat or no food. When your brain is hyperactive like that, it's interpreting every day as a crisis. So for your brain, it's like you're jumping from crisis to crisis to crisis. And living paycheck to paycheck creates what's called a scarcity brain, affecting your memory, your decision making, and your emotional regulation. Now, I'm throwing these things out here to you, but as I'm talking, you can imagine or think about someone that you know who is experiencing what I'm talking about. It could be you, it could be your family. And you know, when we talk about sometimes mental health and what's going on in our community, we don't have a conversation about making bad decisions because you're poor, or being poor forces you to constantly choose between bad options. Think about when you go into some of these corner stores in our community, and that's the only place where you can get food within walking distance of you. What's your choice for food? Frozen dinners with thousands of milligrams of sodium for each serving, chips, soda, candy. You being forced to choose from bad option to bad option. What's the next one? Canned food also has high rates of sodium. So that's real about being forced to choose from bad options. And when you skipping meals because of poverty and you're relying on the chips with cheese or the Italian beef that you can get off the SNAP card, you know, or the guy roll with fries that you can get off the SNAP card. Those low nutrient meals can increase inflammation in your body. It can cause imbalances in your blood sugar, which can do what? It can give you anxiety and mood swings. Wow. Some of y'all living in the house right now with people who got anxiety and mood swings that's related to the stress of poverty and low nutrient meals and not having healthy access to healthy food. It can also cause developmental delays in children. Like, these are real things. See, for many of us in our communities, what I'm saying is nothing new, but the science of it and the impact of it may be new to you. When we think about children, who are experiencing stress-related poverty. Children growing up in these conditions, they often develop hypervigilance. And hypervigilance is similar to PTSD. When we talk about living in war zones in our community and people exhibiting PTSD-like symptoms, children can exhibit PTSD-like symptoms strictly from being poor and living in poverty and the stress that causes. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be able to get through this entire lecture, but if you would like a part 2 of this, do feel free to drop a comment in the chat. Now, I'm going to switch gears in a second because I've sort of wanted to make the link between not just being Black in America, but connecting that to poverty, but then also connecting it to racism. Because when we talk about this stress, and what I mentioned before about it being stressful to be Black in America, think about all the things that we have experienced being Black in America. Now, there's something called microaggressions, and this can create stress, and it's all related to racism. And it's something many of us have experienced when you're in your community. Have you ever been at a store and you just minding your business and you just looking at the shelf trying to figure out what you're gonna buy, and then you notice somebody following you around the store, whether it's the security or the owner of the store, following you around the store like you're a criminal because of the color of your skin. If you've ever been to any of the larger stores and you've ever noticed how, let's say in Walmart or Target, the security guard will stalk Black people around the store, but they don't pay attention to white people. And white people be making a killing, stuffing stuff in their bags and their coats, but they security too busy following Black people around the store. Is that stressful to be treated like a criminal when you go in the store? Is it stressful for you to be pulled over by the police? Is being stopped by the police stressful? I think so. Now, all of these things can cause something called the weathering effect, which shows that Black people's bodies can age faster than white peers due to chronic stress. Have you ever sometimes noticed that we have some people in our community who are young and they look much, much older than they are? Stress. That's real. We have people who are, so I'm not to be, generational gangbanging, but I'm a millennial, right? And then you have some people, what's the generation under millennials? I'm asking those in the room with me. Adverb. Gen Z. It's some Gen Zers out here who look older than the millennials. Why? Stress. Stress is real. I'm gonna compare it to gender. Black women face higher rates of preterm birth, even at higher income levels, due to stress from racism. Black men face increased cardiovascular risk linked to perceived discrimination. Now, there's a part of my lecture that I do want to get to that I'm going to continue here live in person. So if you would like a part 2 of this lecture, or please drop a comment in the chat, or if you would like to hear the continuation of this lecture, you can join us at 616 East 71st Street. Now, before I get into the next part of my lecture, I wanted to share some scriptures with you that are related to stress. Now, I'm going to start out with Philippians 4:6. Be careful of nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. When we talk about stress and the impact that it has in your body, there's only one person in your life responsible for decreasing your stress. Do you know who that is? You. You are the only one in your life who are responsible for decreasing your stress. And sometimes when you're trying to live a more righteous life and you're trying to do things for yourself and for your family, you have to cut out things that are stressing you. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's food. Sometimes it's your desires. Sometimes it's television or the what did you call it, Minister Raheem? The stupid bowls. Like sometimes you got to cut things out that are stressing you out so that you can be able to overcome. And so read that again. I'm gonna repeat it. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Now, you heard me in our opening. At the end, I mentioned the holy words of peace. What is the definition of peace? Freedom from disturbance, tranquility. You heard me mention hotep, to be satisfied at peace. Shalom means peace. Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Habaragani, what is the news? It's a greeting. When we mention Alaska, Yoruba for inner peace, Ashe, and so it is. All of these salutations meaning peace. Because at the end of the day, you can't blame your partner or your spouse. You can't blame your parents for what they did to you 50 years ago. You can't blame your teachers. You can't blame your employer, because at the end of the day, the person who's responsible for your peace is you. And that's something that we've got to look at in our community. We have this notion that someone else is responsible for our lives. And that's simply not true. No one's gonna jump in and save you from your conditions. The only one that can save you from your condition is you. When you were born, you were given the ability to change your own life. And it's up to you to activate that ability. And like I said, that can be something as simple as cutting negative people out of your life. When I said that stress can kill you, it is very true. Because when you look at how many of us are walking around here with weakened immune systems and all these health conditions from heart disease and high blood pressure and migraines and headaches, and the list goes on and on and on. Part of that is related to stress. And once you know what's impacting yourself, my mom always says, once you know better, you do better. And so it's 12:59, and I hope that you learned something new from my lecture and learned something that's applicable to your everyday life. If you want more information about this lecture, you can text us at 773-846-3091. If you would like more information about any of our previous lectures, or to find out how you can join us and join the Toma Nation, please always feel free to drop us a comment or shoot us a text. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you, if you want to, Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Joining us for our weekly Sunday worship service. We invite you and your family to join us live every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street at our new time from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and on Facebook from 12:30 to 1 p.m. If you have enjoyed what you have heard, please feel free to support us with a monetary gift on Cash App at $TOMANATION. Once again, that's $TOMANATION. This will conclude our live stream. The message you have been listening to will continue live here at the Toma headquarters. We thank you, Black family. See you next Sunday. Black Power.
This is of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power! Black power! In the essence of the eternal